Like I said in the last video, I was not able to like join it. We'll just be addressing the questions here. Just not to like take so much time. We're going right into the questions. That question you want to know the answer to. Study to Canada and US. And guys, it's not just Canada and US. I think even UK.
Yeah,
you
can have a slightly different mode of operation, but yeah, you can take some of these things and just apply
still apply it. Yeah. Okay, so we got some questions here. The first one will be asking is, somebody asked that, can someone with a moderate CGPA apply? Although I don't really know what the person mean by moderate. What do you mean by moderate CGPA?
Okay. I think I can place moderate CGPA. Let's say out of 5, you get a 3.5.
Okay.
At least, yeah, 3.5.
3.5.
Maybe around 3.5 out of 5. If you have a 4-point system, maybe a 2.5 out of 4.
Okay.
Moderate seems to me like above average, just above
average.
Yeah.
Okay. So somebody like lower than a. Okay, let me just. I think I should make it simple for the person that asks. Okay. I think I get a bit of what he or she is trying to ask. Okay. It probably is asking that if you have like a 2-2 for your first degree, like you finish with a 2-2 or a third class, are there chances for, like, do you think there's a possibility for somebody with a 2-2 to apply? Let's even say a 2-2 to apply for like a postgraduate program and get a scholarship, right? I think that's
I think it's very possible.
Okay.
And I say I think because it depends on the university one is applying to.
Okay.
There are some universities, like I said the other time, I think that's in the other video.
Yeah.
Once you get the approval of a professor, willing to actually take you in, then they go into the board and then they recommend people for admission. The university has a set of rules for admission, a set of prerequisites. So there are some universities that on a scale of 5, before you can do a master's degree, you need maybe 3.5 at least. At
least to get to that.
Exactly. So for such a university, if I do not necessarily have to have made 4.0 out of 5.0.
Yeah, true.
For my professor to still take me in.
Still take you, or even consider you.
Yeah, so that's the glitch there. That's the idea there. Because once you are able to fulfill the requirements, that's one of the things that the professor will be looking out for anyway. Will this person be able to fulfill the requirement of the graduate studies to do this program? So what I have seen his research capability. I have seen that he didn't have an exceptional academic result, but at least this guy's research capability, I want it, because it's more than academic prowess. Research is more than that.
So there is hope for someone with at least
it's more than that.
2-2, right? Yeah. There's hope. It depends on what you really want. Again,
and
like
the university you are applying to. So that may be one of the things you want to check.
Okay.
If you are someone like that, you want to look at, this university that I want to contact professors in, what is their basic requirement for this program? Am I going to make it? If I'm going to make it, then I can go ahead to
I think that answers the question. Yeah. So still give it a shot, right? Yeah, still give it a shot. I'll go to the next question here. Somebody was asking that how can someone begin? I think you already mentioned how you can begin, right? Get your transcripts, make your research, like search for universities, make your research on the professors you want to contact, things like that. That's how you begin. Let's answer the other question. Somebody was asking, or is asking that, what are the chances of being selected as a Nigerian? I don't know, this question is kind of...
Well, I think the chances are high, because I say this because I know so many Nigerians that
are... And you're a Nigerian.
So, yeah, and I'm a Nigerian too. So I think yes, I can agree with the person asking the question. There are some people that they just have a thing, we can call it racism or whatever. But I tell you, there are several that don't mind. They are just concerned with the output you can deliver. That's just what they are concerned with.
Okay, so I mean, it's equal opportunity, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, so this question is very good. I think I like the question myself. What are the common scholarships error and solution? Like, what are the errors that people make? Like, before they get that funding. Now I think the person is just asking generally for scholarships, like funding, right? So like, what are the errors that people make, and why don't they get it? When they make the error, they eventually don't get the thing. Like, what do you think? The question is kind of like
that takes some thought, because it can be looked at in different ways.
Yeah,
it can be looked at several ways, actually.
right?
Well, coming down to our own case here, I think one obvious error that you can make is to lie in your approach. You don't want to, sincerely
just
speaking,
be yourself, like be honest with everything.
There are some people that have gotten into PhD, masters, PhD especially, programs that they shouldn't have gotten into, and they get here and regret it, because you must understand what you are trying to undertake. It's a research journey, is challenging in its own self. So that's why I encourage people, it's not something you can just think of overnight just because of the perk of, okay, I get to a developed country or anything. You need to develop interest, even if it's not there, even if if the passion is not there, you need to develop interest for research. So, a lot of students, and I've heard of some of them, that get trapped right here, because you are in a PhD program that you shouldn't have been. Your professor is not happy with your output, and it's not your fault. You do not have the foundation for it.
But because you wanted it.
But because you claim to know what you don't know, you claim to have done what you have not done, and then you get here and you are shocked.
And then you're shocked.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I think that's a very, very big error that anybody can make. Research is not beans. Like, guys, it's not beans at all. I think I have another question here. Okay. Somebody asked that. Thank you. You're here for us, right?
Yeah.
So somebody was asking that, how can you really get the funds? Like, and how much? Like, what's the minimum amount for the funds that you can get in Canada? Like, to study in Canada or even US? Like, how can you actually get that fund?
Well,
is it by? I think what the person is saying is that, would you ask the professor that? Okay. Do you have the funds to, that kind of, if I'm right with the question, I don't know the person asking this question.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for that. Well, that's part of the things you will discuss with the professor, but I beg you, do not open up with that.
Okay.
It's as discussions go on, typically this is how it's going to go. Your professor, your intended professor is definitely going to want to know more about you.
Right.
Some of them will cite interviews. In my own case, my professor gave me a task.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
He gave me 2 weeks to work on the task. I claimed in my approach to him that I've done some work in the aspect of modeling, whatever. I've done this. Then he gave me a task. As touching that, he gave me 2 weeks
to prove yourself.
To prove myself.
Wow,
so
that can be really demanding.
After submitting that, of course. To be frank, it was like, wow, you still have so many things to learn, but I see potential in this. So it's very good to be very truthful.
Yeah.
And for the task, I didn't go about trying to get someone to do it for me, contracting it, because no one would even help me anyway. Yeah. That's if you know what the thing is all about. So you have to study. I had to study through it, and then was far from perfect. It told me, and I know.
At least it saw the potential, the zeal, the willingness. Was there.
So usually, funding matter would come up after you had agreed.
Oh, okay.
There had been a sort of agreement that, I think you have something that my group wants.
So apparently you might not really know from the onset. Like, you literally might not know if this person would fully fund this your program, right?
But you can ask. It's a thing you can ask, but you are not meeting him during the interview, and the first thing you're asking about is funding. It is after some kind of agreement has been reached, then you can achieve that, because it's very important. In fact, universities encourage that you settle that even before leaving wherever you're coming from, because that could get into a big issue. So you want to settle that. If he agrees to fund you, he will most likely send you a kind of funding letter written. There's nothing verbal that works. If it's not written on paper, it doesn't exist. So you want to wait for that, but you can ask him about that.
I think
most times they will tell you themselves, but in the event that they don't,
you can ask if there is that. I think the person also was asking that what's the minimum amount, like, for funds that you can get?
The funny thing is it's actually it varies with city and location.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
To actually arrive at that, they had considered the cost of living in that city, things like that.
Yeah.
But you can be sure if you are going to be funded, the funds are going to be enough to take care of your basic needs, of course. So
yeah.
I don't think you need to worry about that. If you are getting funding, and then of course you can research things yourself.
Yeah.
What's the cost of living over there? What is offering me? Is it going to be enough for me?
Yeah.
Then you can plan
so guys
accordingly.
Don't worry about the funds, get it first. The idea is let's get it first.
Yeah.
When we get it, then we can worry about what it will take care of, what it will not take care of. But it's trying to say that whatever they would offer you, like if it's a fully funded one, it will be something that can cater for your basic needs, apparently. So I think the last question I'll be taking here, because of time, I don't want this video to be very long, guys, and watch the advert in between. That's if we've gotten monetized. At the time you're watching this video, I don't know if we have been monetized at that time, but if we have become monetized, or guys, please watch the advert. Yeah, it will mean a long. And if you've not subscribed at this point, I'm looking at you like this. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Please like this video, share with people. Like, a lot of people have questions in their heart and they want to ask. I think this video would do justice to some of the questions, and also hit that subscribe button. Like, if you are definitely enjoying all these vibes you're seeing, or just definitely like the video. Subscribe. I said like again. Subscribe, please. It would definitely help this channel and it would make me happy. Okay. All right, guys. So the last question I'll be taking here for Mr. Dara would be how many years, what's the maximum or is it minimum amount of years that you can use to complete your PhD program?
Well, in most places in Canada, I think it's 4 years.
And I think you should also answer that for masters too as well. Like
for masters, I think it's 2 years normally.
Okay, 2 years.
Yeah, not like UK. Many places in UK you have 1 year.
1 year.
I think over here, and even US, I think it's 2 years.
Is like 2 years.
Then there are some schools that run minimum of 3 years. You must understand that these are minimums. Universities also have rule. They can kick people out of the program, but they usually put a minimum of 3 years, minimum of 4 years, at least before you can do your graduation. You must have spent that minimum.
Wow. This selection was really, really thank you so much for coming to join me on this platform.
Thank you for having me.
To speak to all of us, about getting PhD scholarships or master scholarships in Canada or in US. Guys, if you still have questions that maybe we were not able to address them here, or you can still drop them in the comment section. This is just sharing personal experience. We're just sharing our experience, to you, personal experience that we believe that it will definitely help you to get and achieve that goal which you really want to achieve, coming to Canada or US. If you still have questions, definitely by all means drop it in the comment section. We would be answering the questions, right?
Yeah.
Anytime. Okay, thank you so much. And thank you so much for coming once again.
You're welcome.
And
thank
guys,
you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. Please don't forget to give this video a like. Once again, subscribe, guys. Comment down below if you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.